What is going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're here to talk about upcoming releases coming to One Piece Treasure Cruise Global. Since the end of the big celebration that we had with Luffy, Law, and Kid, I mean, as of this video going live, those banners are still going to be up. I think until the 12th of October is when they officially conclude, but I know a lot of people are really wondering at this point, you know, what is the next big banner to pull for, and I'm sure many people at this point would probably just say Yamato, and I would probably agree, but I want to kind of break down the upcoming banners and the upcoming characters to give you guys a bit of insight as to what is actually releasing, the super evolutions to look forward to, the batches to look forward to. There is a lot of cool stuff coming up for Global. At this point, we don't know how the sync is going to work with Japan. We know it is going to be happening in December, at least that's how it is planned right now, unless if something changes, but everything seems to be pointing towards December for Global, catching up to Japan in terms of content releases, or at least when the content will start to sync up. Again, we don't know how the releases of other characters that have released since the producer video are going to come to Global. Still not really known yet, but I want to go through it just to give you guys a bit more information so you guys kind of get, jog the memory in terms of what's going to be happening and what we can kind of look forward to. Okay, so let's jump into it. Of course, we had the stuff of July and August, and then of course with September with Luffy, Law, and Kid, but then we go ahead and progress a little bit further, and it did mention in the producer video that during October, the Germa campaign with Sugo Fest exclusive character Sanji, dressed in a Germa suit, is going to be making his debut, alongside the Land of Wano campaign with the Sugo Fest exclusive King and Queen. And then following that in November, we have the Pirate Alliance Sugo Fest featuring Toki, Momonosuke, and Hiyori, and then the special Sugo Fest featuring the Straw Hat Pirates. So those are the things that we know are coming. But past November, we don't know what's coming, right? And that's what hopefully this video will give you guys a bit of insight as to what's going to be happening. But of course, we do know that on December, or in December at some point, the sync will be occurring where we are going to be having the same releases as Japan in December. But then we don't know how the other characters that have been releasing since this producer video on Japan, when are they coming to Global? We don't really know about that yet. But let's go jump over to the database right now. So this is currently where we're at on Global. Marco and also Whitebeard versus Shanks have already debuted, of course. But then we skip over to the next page. We've got this Sanji right here. Now this is a kind of a first for Global, or just for Treasure Cruise in general. This Sanji character debuts on a Treasure Map Sugo Fest, and he is only pullable on other Treasure Map Sugo Fests moving forward. Pretty interesting. The character, all in all, is actually really good, but it's a character that you don't overly need. Sai is already one of the best colors in the game, and they definitely don't need a character like this at all. So, hey, look, this character is going to be coming out. He's obviously very good. Do you need him? No, you probably don't, right? But, he is going to be releasing. And then we have the 6+ Germa, who also should be releasing this month as well. I'm really looking forward to this one. The super evolution of Germa is incredibly strong, so I'm really hoping that that'll be released, and then we can go ahead and super evolve him. The first super type character to ever super evolve, so that's very, very exciting stuff. But then, as they mentioned at the end of the month, King and Queen are going to be debuting. King and Queen are incredibly powerful units. A lot of people consider them to be some of the best legends in the game, and I probably would agree to an extent. They're both driven and powerhouse captains, but they also boost the color that they are. So you got King here, who's a quick powerhouse driven captain, and then he's an orb booster. And then he also does like chain multiplicator effects, and then he's got like a certain effect. He activates his special automatically whenever another attack boost is active, something along those lines. It's crazy. And then Queen is basically the same kind of thing, boosting powerhouse and driven, but also being a dex captain as well. And then he's an attack booster. He has chain boundary effects. Like, the King and Queen together are such an amazing combination of units. We already know how good driven and powerhouse already are on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global, and these characters make their debut and make them even better. These characters are incredibly strong, also pretty good in PvP as well. Definitely look out for those two. Very, very strong. But then, as they also mentioned, that Toki would be making her debut with Momo and Hiyori in November on a Pirate Alliance Kizuna banner. This character is very unique, and a lot of people consider Toki to be one of the best subs in the entire game because of her amazing, unique ability to apply Toki state to two characters for 2 turns. Under that condition, characters that are inflicted with Toki cannot be inflicted with any debuff. They're basically untouchable untouchable for 2 turns, but then after those 2 turns expire, they get a 3.5 attack and orb boost to those 2 characters. Very big boosts, and you can really just clear content just with 2 characters getting those humongous boosts. It's pretty crazy, right? Toki's very useful, and he's going to be very good for that Kizuna Clash as well, and a lot of other content moving forward. And then we've got 6+ Sabo, who's going to be pretty good, I believe, coming with that Hiyori Kizuna Clash, so look out for that one. And of course, the Straw Hat Pirates. This is another very, very big Sugo Fest. This was the One Piece Day Sugo Fest. Unfortunately, Global never received this one at the same time as Japan. I really wish we did. I've already made my opinions about this character. I'm not a big fan of crew units in general, because when you have this character on your team, you're not allowed to use any other Straw Hat character, including Jinbei. You literally cannot use any other Straw Hat character on your team because of the way that, you know, crew characters are built. But this character, despite the fact you don't get access to those units, this character is incredible. It does so much. Probably one of the best subs in the game, because that special just does so much. You got like huge utility, attack boosts, orb changing, like it just does everything. It's got a super type special that's very good. I mean, arguably a really terrible support though, because it's just a stat boost, which is kind of lame, but very, very good character to have for sure. And it's a character that doesn't really appear much on JP, so keep a lookout for the Straw Hat Pirates when they make their debut. It'll be interesting to see how they kind of do that. But then moving past that, then we move on to the stuff that we don't know when is going to be releasing for Global. We have the Summer Reiju and the Summer Vivi. This character's actually been out for a while now. I think that, you know, Summer Reiju, I think that she's very unique, and she has kind of some interesting things going on. Int, Cerebral, and Powerhouse Captain. And obviously, if you're up against content that's very heavy on the poison, Reiju's probably going to be one of your best characters to use for that. However, in my opinion, Vivi is definitely the target character in this Sugo Fest. She's definitely more simple. She reduces Special Bind as a captain, Strength Cerebral, and Free Spirit Captain. Amazing. And then her special is just nuts, right? Like essentially full border matching slots and like a 3-turn orb boost. It's just nuts. And then they both have incredible super type specials. Vivi is incredible as well in PvP, so keep on the lookout for Vivi. I think she's very, very good, but of course we don't know when this character is coming out. We have the PvP V2 Kizabu, who is a little bit hit or miss in my opinion. I don't think he's that useful. He's okay in PvP for sure. You can definitely use him in like a Dex defense team if you want, but you know, Kizaru is just kind of there, not a very useful unit in my opinion. But then you've got this character, 6+ Carrot is going to be coming out soon as well. That's good. That's a really good super evolution for the character. Makes her a lot better. Definitely fixes up a few issues with the unit that the character had in general. So that's that. But then you've also got CP0 Rob Lucci, who is a very good character as well. Another Powerhouse Captain, by the way. Dex, Powerhouse, and Fighter. Great special ability. Pretty good in PvP. Just an all-round great unit. And then you've got the, yeah, rip to my boy Kuma. But then we got this. Then we got Yamato, right? And this is the big thing right now, because everyone pretty much agrees that Yamato is the next best character to be pulling for. We know it's a Super Sugo Fest exclusive character. We know how good this character is, and we know that it super evolves with having one form being Int and Driven based, and then the other one being Psi and Free Spirit based, and having 2 of those would be awesome. And of course, super evolving between the 2 is not really that bad at all. Only costs 100 raid points per super evolution, so it doesn't really matter, honestly. But the thing is that this character is so incredibly strong, and arguably like top 3, easily top 3 best units in the game. Everyone wants to get their hands on Yamato. The question is, when is this character releasing? And we have absolutely no idea. I think at this point, it would make sense if this character released probably maybe before the New Year celebration. That would kind of make sense, or on New Year's would also make a lot of sense to me. I don't really see this character releasing after New Year's. I feel like it just has to release on New Year's or before that point. I think it would be a huge bait for a lot of global players out there if they release a Yamato banner right before New Year's, and then they release some crazy huge celebration on New Year's. That could also happen, but it would also be crazy if they drop Yamato alongside all the new stuff for global on the New Year's banner as well. I don't really know how they're going to be structuring it at this point, but definitely Yamato is probably the #1 character that I would recommend everyone to be summoning for, and I think it's probably the best character at this point just moving forward. This is the one that everyone is going to be waiting for. This character is so good in so many different ways. This character is awesome. I love Yamato. So cool. Ulti page 1, I mean, they're like the consolation prize of that Sugo Fest. Still a pretty good Sugo Fest exclusive though. Just a regular legend can be pulled on like all other regular tickets moving forward, so you don't have to worry about it too much. But, you know, Ulti page 1 are pretty good. And then you've also got the 6+ Jack, which came alongside that whole celebration. And then, of course, we also have the latest stuff on Japan, being the Halloween Boa Hancock and also the Halloween Perona, which are okay units, but they're nowhere near the levels of Yamato in terms of importance, in my opinion, and in terms of overall power. So that's the breakdown of all the upcoming Sugo Fest exclusives we have moving forward, and we don't really know how they're going to be structuring it. And, you know, we've all got all these characters coming out as well, but the free-to-play units that come alongside them, whether it be new Clash events, new arenas, the treasure maps, the Kizuna clashes, there's a lot of other free-to-play units that are coming out, and we don't know how they're releasing those either. So we have a lot of characters to look forward to. I don't really know how it's going to be structured, but this is the one that we need to be waiting for, guys. Make sure to be on the lookout for Yamato, and of course, if we get any information as to when stuff is releasing, I'll give you guys the video breaking down what it is, when it is, and if it's good or not, okay? So make sure to go ahead and stay subscribed to the YouTube channel if you want the latest information on One Piece Treasure Cruise. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video today, breaking down all the information in terms of what characters we have moving forward. And yeah, this is the big one that we're waiting for, 6+ Yamato. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to go ahead and smack the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.